Have you ever finished a day, a week, and thought, what have I actually done? I haven't even got a clue. You started with the great intention on your jobs to-do list of this is what I need to do, but you got derailed from the very first second you walked in the door with other people's problems, jobs, tasks, firefighting, and everything like that. Now, I want to work with people. That is one of the most common problems that they have. Today, I'm going to show you a solution, and it's going to be around structure. Do you have a structure to your day? Do you have a plan? We all set out with a plan, but that gets derailed. And I'm talking structure today. So what I'm going to do is share with you a structure that I've used with a couple of my coaching clients that has given them back 10x results. Because it's given them the ability to say no. You identify what the 3 or 4 major important things that they need to do, and then we program them into the week, and then we actually start executing that. So we're going to get super technical. We're going to head over to the presentation that I've got here, and I'm going to show you the example that I've got with one of my clients. Okay, first things first, what we need to do is identify what are the 3 or 4 major things I need to do to be excellent in your role. And that's daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly. So looking at you, what are the 3 or 4 things that you need to do that are going to make you excellent in your role? So the example I've got, I used to do some coaching within the car sales, within the automotive space, car sales managers. And these are the 4 buckets that we actually identify. And that identifies through a bit of questioning and coaching. So number 1 was customer, 2, problem solving, 3, team and people, and then 4, strategic planning. So looking at the bigger picture, 2 weeks, 1 month ahead of time. So now I'm a big user of Outlook. So I use Outlook Calendar because then that will tell me exactly what I need to do during every single day, every hour. So it's all categorized. Now, this isn't going to stop people interrupting you, but what it's going to do is once you deal with that problem, you can come straight back and go, right, what was I doing before? That was it. I was looking at strategic planning. So I'm going to get on with that rather than switch tasking. And we'll talk about that another time. So here's the example. This is a week, standard week. We got Monday to Thursday. Friday was a roster day off, and Saturday working, selling. So if we have a look, just the basic structure, 8:30, soon as that person came in the morning, they had a walk around of the premises, the showroom, to make sure everything was a-okay. So everything was clean. All of the paperwork was in the cars. Everything was there. So when customers came in, that they can sort of, it looked really great. Then Monday morning, we had problem solving. So problems from Sunday, problems from the weekend that they needed to fix. Then we had planning as well within that problem solving actioning, because at 11 a.m. we had a team meeting, which was an update of how many cars we sold for the weekend. Where are we tracking currently this month? Are we above or below budget? And who's doing what? So then that sets up the week. So people can then this person in particular can then identify individuals they need to spend more time with during that week. Lunch, we programmed in lunch every single day because we identified that person, the sales manager, was not taking lunch. And we know through physiology that we need to fuel our bodies. If we're running low on fuel, we're going to become stressed, tired, and lethargic. In the afternoon is around customer, and then problem solving actioning for the rest of the afternoon. Again, one of the main features with this one is we identified that after the walk around, there were problems. This person needed to go and see people immediately straight after that. So we actually blocked that in. And then on Tuesday, we had some team one-on-ones to do, and then customer, and then strategic planning. I made sure after lunch on Tuesday, as it was a bit quiet, we had 2 hours of monitoring. So checking in how people are tracking against what they said that they were going to do on the Monday. And then that'll dictate who you need to spend time with. More problem solving and actioning that come in. Wednesday was more often than not, it was around team meetings or one-on-ones to just check in how people are working during the week. So have they been phoning people up to booking appointments for the weekend to make sure that you're going to sell cars? And if you know the conversions, and that's all good. And then Thursday, as this was sort of the last day of the week, we ended up putting some strategic planning in the morning. And then in the afternoon at 4 p.m., we had a team meeting to go, right, this is the the direction we're going to take for this weekend. Here is the promotions. Here are the specials. Here are the cars we're trying to move on. And here is who's going to be in charge as I'm going to be away tomorrow. And then any problem solving action after that. Friday off, Saturday, more often than not, they're on the floor selling. So that was problem solving and actioning in the morning and customers in the afternoon. But then in the afternoon on Saturday, looking at the numbers, looking at the figures, forecasting ahead and solving any problems, and then early finish on Saturday at 5 p.m. So it just gets a bit of a structure into your week. And like I said, it's not going to stop you. It's not going to stop other people from putting in grenades that then you need to go and solve. What it's going to do is to go, look, so here's a classic example. Monday morning at 9 a.m. someone comes in, a customer, we've got a customer complaint, we need to deal with that one. So you need to go and deal with it. But then when you come back at 9:15, it's to go, what was I doing? I was doing more problem solving and actioning, or I was preparing for that meeting. Rather than going, okay, what was I doing? I don't even know. So, and then you go off and you start doing other things. It's discipline, right? Discipline will set you free. Structure will give you the freedom. So what I want you to do from here on is to go, right, work out what your 3 or 4 priorities are for the week. Then I want you to program them into your week, because the structure, and I guarantee this is the biggest thing that I work with people on. And once they get it, oh man, it just delivers results and results and results. And look, it is a bit flexible, but it's just determined over what are your 3 and 4 big things. So work on structure, have that structure in your mind for the rest of the week. And if you want any help or any guidance or any advice about this, then just reply to my emails and we can set up a free 30-minute call to discuss it. But like I said, structure, discipline will set you free.